Welcome to Life in the God Lane, and this is three power verses actually for the day for Saturday, May 28th, 2022. And the name of this message is Truth Makes Its Way Back to God. We're going to spend some time over the next few days looking at places in the New Testament where the subject of truth comes up. It is desperately important. Now, I hope you'll subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time I put a message out. I do something every day. Give me thumbs up, make comments, share the video with someone else. Do what you can to help me get this out to as many people as I can get it out to have an impact on their lives. You can learn the truth about almost anything by understanding its source. Back in 2013, late in the year, I had some high blood pressure, and everybody's all worked up about that, So I took an EKG and flunked. Then I took a stress test and flunked. Then I had an angiogram and flunked. I had 3 blocked arteries, 1 blocked in 7 locations. The source of my high blood pressure was 3 blocked arteries. The solution: heart bypass surgery. January 28th, 2014, I had triple bypass surgery. Not a fun thing, but it, of course, saved my life. We understood the problem by understanding the source of the problem: blocked arteries. The truth of things is best understood by understanding the source of things. Truth itself can only be understood by understanding its source. And I'm talking about the source of objective truth. Look at John 1, verse 14. This gets us into it. The Word became flesh and lived for a while among us. We've seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. The Word, who took on flesh in Jesus of Nazareth, brought the world into existence as God in Genesis chapter 1, and then took on flesh in Jesus of Nazareth. In fact, he lived among us for 33 years. The Word became flesh. That's when that little baby Jesus was born to Mary. His father was God. His mother was a woman. He was full, it says, of grace and truth. Now, what was his source? Well, it says he came from God. He came from God the Father. The Son was full of truth, and his origin was God the Father. Truth comes through the Son and comes from God the Father. The source of origin the source of truth is God, ultimately. Look at John 1:17. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. The law came through Moses. We all know that, got it at Mount Sinai. And grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. Where did Jesus Christ come from? We came directly from God the Father. We already established that. Truth came through Jesus Christ, whose origin was God the Father. And then look at John 1:18, the next verse. No one has ever seen God, but God, the only Son, who is at the Father's side, has made him known. Who made God known? God, the only Son, made God known. He made God the Father known. Jesus, the Son of God, made God known by showing up here on earth. So he, Jesus, the Son, listen to this, he's full of truth. Again, truth always makes its way back to its origin with God. Always. Truth will always be traced to its origin. Truth originates with God. Folks, it does not originate with man. Truth originates with God. Man came from God, but truth does not originate with us. Truth originates with God. God establishes truth. Man does not establish truth. For instance, God made man in his image, and he made them as male and female. Genesis 1:27, I think is where that, it is where that is. Today, people say that they can change what God made, male and female, by how they think or how they feel. They can feel that there's something different than God made them. What's the problem with that notion? Its source is the problem. Its source is man, man's thoughts, man's feelings. So we have the history of God creating them male and female in Genesis 1:27. It's truth because it makes its way back to God, not man. The beginning point for truth is this. It's always this. It makes its way back to God. Always. Folks, hang on to an objective truth that always makes its way back to God. If it only makes its way back to man, it's not necessarily the truth. Truth will always make its way back to God. Establish that in your understanding today. Hold on to it and never let go. I'll talk to you tomorrow.